content warnings. This reading includes offensive language and explicit homophobia, as well as a description of a historic hate crime. Thank you so much.
Teresa and Debra are on the couch in Teresa's apartment, and impromptu white night.
You're telling me that Paul, I don't need to learn how to cook, someone will always be there to make food for me. That Paul decided to make you dinner?
Yes, I couldn't believe it either.
Okay, but why did you let him?
He insisted. He was all, "You've been working so hard, baby, let me do this for you." And he was just so earnest, I couldn't say no.
But it was inedible.
Obviously, that's why I'm here.
Don't worry, I got you. Anytime you need an escape or just want to eat edible food, you're welcome here. Think of my apartment as your man-free safe zone.
Thanks, I know I'll need it. You know, sometimes I wish I didn't love men as much as I do. It would be so much easier if I didn't.
Believe me, I understand.
But that's ridiculous. We love them for a reason. He was so sure that following the recipe would be easy.
Aw, that sounds so sad.
It was. He wouldn't let me help at all, so I was just reading in the family room, hearing him mutter to himself.
What did he say when he tried it?
He said it was good, but he burnt the meatloaf, so I don't know what he was talking about. But he looked so pleased with himself, I kept eating it.
Debra, no!
What else was I supposed to do?
You're just too nice.
Look, I love him and didn't want to hurt his feelings.
You're too generous with your love.
I didn't tell you the worst part.
Oh God, how does it get worse?
Well, when I told him I was coming over here, he said, "Let's have Teresa over for dinner soon so I can cook for her too."
No.
It won't be that bad, I promise.
You've been sitting here complaining about how bad his food was. No way am I letting him feed me.
We can go out to dinner first, and then we'll be full and barely have to eat his food.
Or you can tell him his food is bad. I can't. Well, if I eat it, I will. You know, I've never been good at restraining what I think around Paul.
Yeah, I know. On second thought, I'll find a way of getting you out of that.
They cheers.
Do you want to stay here tonight? I can make up the couch like I used to. Then we can finish the bottle without having to worry about you driving.
That sounds so nice.
Just like old times.
But this is my last class, and then I should head home. I have an early morning tomorrow.
Okay, just thought I'd offer.
I appreciate it. Maybe another time.
We can plan a good old-fashioned slumber party.
Honestly? Yes, let's do it. I miss college and not really having to worry about anything, and we can just be together and have fun.
Me too.
Okay, let's do it. I don't think I'm really free until late May or early June. Does that work?
Sure. Yeah, just pick a day and I'll make myself available.
Perfect. I'll check with Paul when I get home, just to make sure I'm not forgetting anything important, and I'll call with an exact day.
Sounds good to me.
Perfect. It's a date. Oh my God, it's so late already. I should get on the road.
Oh, okay. Well, drive safe and I'll see you soon.
Definitely. We'll catch up again soon for sure. We didn't really get to anything about you.
Oh, that's okay. We'll get to it sometime.
Soon, I promise. Here. Okay. See you soon. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
It's a bright and sunny day in Arnold Arboretum. Rare in April when it's not raining. It's still cool enough that long pants and a light sweater are a must, but the air has changed. The cold isn't biting anymore. Though the Arboretum is crowded, two men have found a corner to themselves. They set up a picnic blanket and get set up with books and tea before them. They sit close to each other, but not too close to attract any unwanted attention.
Good lunch?
Don't fish for compliments. You know it was amazing. You outdid yourself today.
Look, I just threw something together. You can't cook, so you think everything I make is so good.
I'm offended you think I sound like that. But I'm serious. I think you could have a real career as a cook.
Well, good thing Rachel still needs help with her long division. I can't imagine being in a hot, smelly kitchen all day. I like cooking just for us.
Wasn't long division like 2 months ago?
Yes! I don't know how she expects to pass this final. She refuses to stay after school for help.
There's only so much you can do, dear.
I know.
Well, at least the sun is finally shining.
Oh, don't speak so soon. Remember last year? I don't think it stopped raining until June.
Oh, God, don't even talk about it. I won't be doing that again.
Yeah, that's fair. As cute as you are in a raincoat, it's not really your look.
Oh, fuck you. I look incredible in everything.
They laugh and settle back close to each other. Someone walks past where they're sitting, and they follow them with their eyes and put some distance between them.
Get far along. It's a public park.
I don't care. It's our place.
It's kind of our place. Speaking of, don't freak out. But,
Dear, you should know by now that you telling me not to freak out does absolutely nothing.
okay, but just let me get this out. I got a letter the other day asking if I wanted to renew my lease. And it got me thinking, why would I renew this lease when maybe we can move in together and sign a new one? I just love you so much, and I want to spend my life with you, and I imagine living with you all the time, so I wanted to see if maybe that was something you were interested in. It's okay if you're not, but I wanted to see what you thought, and if you've been thinking about it all, or...
Of course.
Really?
I'll move in with you.
Thank you.
Obviously, I love you. And every time I go over to yours, I think about how nice it would be to just live with you. No commute, no leaving early to get a change of clothes.
Doesn't it sound nice?
Yeah, it does. But we'll have to get a whole new place. Neither of our apartments can fit both of us.
Well, I've saved some advertisements if you want to look at them.
Yeah. While we're on the subject, there's something else I've been thinking about.
What?
Well, we've been together for almost 3 years now, and I love being with you and loving you and being loved by you.
Me too.
And I just want to tell everybody.
You want to send out postcards with our new shared address?
What? No. I want to get married.
Married?
Yeah, can you just think about it for a second?
Honey, you can't.
No, it wouldn't be official or anything like that. Just something for us and the people we love to celebrate our commitment to each other.
Like a union ceremony.
Exactly. I'm glad you've heard of them.
I've heard of them, but I thought they were something for hippies out west.
Well, for everyone. Just because you don't know anyone who's had one doesn't mean they're not for us. I read about one in The Advocate the other day, and it just sounded so lovely, it made me want one for us.
It just doesn't feel safe to me.
Why not?
It's one thing to be out to our friends and the organizations we're part of, but it's another thing to publicly out ourselves as gay. I mean, we could get harassed, we could get fired. It feels too risky.
Well, it doesn't have to be public. Like, we wouldn't do it on the common or anything like that. We could do it at the meeting house. Or someone's apartment if it's big enough. Oh, doesn't David live in the suburbs? We have a nice backyard thing if he would let us.
Because
use
it's
it.
so much better to be gay in the burbs than in the city.
It was just a suggestion. I'm just saying, it's not for the whole world, just to whoever we want it to be for.
I guess I don't understand why you want to do it.
I want a chance to celebrate our love with the people who matter. I want to show our people that I'm in this for the long run. 3 years is impressive. It feels big. Our love feels big. I want to share that.
People who know us already know that, though. They see us together. We have dinners together. We go to meetings and events together.
But we can make it official.
We haven't been official all this time.
Obviously we have, but I think it would be nice to be extra official. I don't plan on going anywhere without you. I want to show our friends that. We would make it ours.
It does sound nice. You make it sound nice. But it also scares me a lot.
I know. I've had more time to sit with it. If you need time, I want you to have it. I don't want you to say yes for me, but for you and us.
I'll think about it. I promise.
Thank you.
So where's my ring?
Oh, but to get the ring, you would have to say yes. Just saying. Anyway, I do think that a ring might look better on me.
Oh, no way. Oh.
It's June. flowers of the arboretum are starting to bloom. The sun is shining in the late afternoon. Eric has come from school and is sitting on a bench with 2 styrofoam coffee cups. He checks his watch. Teresa hurries in, looking for Eric. She spots him and hurries over.
Coffee for you.
Hi, oh my god, thank you, I really need this. Sorry, I'm late, the train was running behind and I missed my bus.
It's okay. I know it can be a bit of a hassle getting here from downtown.
Are you kidding? I'll weather the MBTA any day to spend time with you, especially out here.
I think we spent most of our weekends here freshman year.
Even when it was cold, snowy, and miserable.
Probably because it's one of the only places in Boston that feels like we're in the main.
It's like a little piece of home.
Without all the bullshit. So how have you been? It's been way too long since we've gotten together.
I know, yeah, I've been good, just super busy.
I can tell. I saw your pen name like 2 or 3 times in the New Gay Community News. You're doing so much.
I am, but it's good. I was so excited to be pulled into GCN and be a part of building it up and everything.
Do you still have your job at the Phoenix? How are you balancing it all?
Yeah, I'm still at the Phoenix. I'm just doing it, I guess. The Phoenix has to be the priority because that's what pays, and GCN is just volunteering. But it's all stuff I love doing and writing about, so none of it even feels like work.
That is so awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, and I keep getting asked to go on Mass Reaction.
Ooh, are you gonna do it? I would be terrified.
I am, that's why I haven't said yes yet.
Yeah, that makes sense. Those anchors are intense.
Yeah. I've been practicing in the mirror.
Oh, you have not.
I have.
Oh.
I want to be prepared if I go on.
Do you think you will?
Probably. I'm waiting for the right moment.
I know other people have been going on, but is it safe? I mean, you'd basically be outing yourself completely.
I think so. I mean, the only people I'm not out to are Debra and her husband. And I honestly don't think they're politically engaged enough to watch it.
You're gonna have to come out to her at some point.
I don't think I will. If she hasn't figured it out by now, she probably won't.
You lived together for 4 years. She has to know you're gay. She probably just can't admit it to herself.
I don't know. I just think that she's too wrapped up in herself and her own life to pay enough attention.
Yeah, I can see that. Either way, you'll have to let us know when you're on Mass Reaction so Christopher and I can cheer you on.
I will.
So anything else new in your life? Any new women I should be aware of?
No. No one serious, I mean. I've been with a few women, but I'm getting over the casual scene and the club scene a little bit. And all the lesbians are either exes or good friends.
You just have to be open, I think. Maybe someone will come along soon. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, I want to know as soon as it happens, so we gotta make sure we see more of each other. I've missed you.
I missed you too. We'll be better about it.
How about we try to see each other every 2 weeks, minimum?
That sounds suspiciously like the once a week rule we made in college.
Just adjust it for our adult life.
So, what about you? How have you been? How's Christopher?
I'm good. School's finally almost over.
You're still in school?
Yeah, we have a week left. The snow days got us going longer this year. And then I have another week of professional development after that.
Wait. Does that mean you're missing Gay Liberation Week?
No, I'll be there. We only have half days during PD, so I'll be able to head over before anything actually starts, with a change of clothes, obviously.
Thank God, that would have been horrible.
I know, we haven't missed that week together in 3 years.
You can't start now.
Of course not. What would Liberation Week be without?
Obviously nothing. And how's Christopher doing?
He's good. I don't know if I told you, but he switched jobs recently. Now he's doing marketing at Eileen.
Does he get a discount?
Yes, which I think was a big deciding factor in him taking the job.
Obviously. And you guys are still good?
Yeah. We're really good. Christopher kind of proposed.
That's a good one.
What?
But he proposed. No, he didn't.
He did.
What?
Yeah, he wants to have a union ceremony.
Christopher wants to have a union ceremony.
Yeah, kind of like getting married, which we can't do, but we do something that fits us and means something to us.
I know what a union ceremony is, I just don't get why you want one.
Well, to celebrate ourselves and our relationship.
Eric, marriage is a fucked up,
said I'd think about it, and I did.
Well, you have to say no.
I don't want to. It sounds nice. I'm just scared.
If you're scared, which you should be, you should say no.
But I want to say yes.
Why?
Because I love him, and it would be nice to celebrate that.
You can love him without doing something as dumb as a union ceremony.
I don't think it's dumb.
Well, good for you. But I still don't think you should do it. I mean, the planning will suck. You probably won't even get a chance to enjoy yourselves because you'll be worried about other things, and nothing in your lives will actually change. I mean, what's the point?
Well, the point
is to try and recreate this thing that traps people and makes them hide themselves from society. The point is the ownership of women. The point is the straight people to rub in our faces that their love is legal while ours isn't.
But ours would be nothing like that. We wouldn't be hiding anything. We'd be celebrating who we are. And newsflash, neither of us are women, so it wouldn't be about owning women. And it's our big gay ceremony. Probably with all of our big gay friends. So we'd be celebrating something we have, not comparing what we don't have.
I don't know, Eric, it sounds like a bad idea.
You wouldn't understand.
Why not? I've been engaged.
Yeah, to me. So it doesn't really count.
I still had to put up with all the bullshit that surrounded it. I had to pretend I was so excited to get married to you when I couldn't think of anything I wanted to do less.
I know! And I know that our engagement was a way of hiding for both of us, but it wouldn't be that way with Christopher T. I can't imagine my life without him. And I want to show that commitment in some way.
You can show it other ways.
How?
I don't know, there are just other ways. Besides, if you want it so badly, why haven't you said yes? You're clearly looking for a way out, and
No,
that's
I'm
not
not.
the best way to start a marriage or
I'm
whatever.
scared of being found out at work and losing my job. I'm just scared. But I wanted someone to talk me into it. I guess I came to the wrong person.
You can't expect me to sit here and convince you to get married when you're better than that.
Or you're better than that.
Come on, we are. We're both too smart to fall into a trap like that.
Life with Christopher isn't a trap.
That's not what I meant.
Look, it was great to see you, but I should go. I have some final exam prep I have to do.
Wait, can we just talk about this?
You clearly made up your mind.
Eric, I didn't mean to upset you. I just think that you should really take a look at what it is this union ceremony is doing and what message it sends to other people in the community.
God, you just don't know when to stop.
I
do
fight
you?
for the things I care about. You know that.
Well, maybe you should fight for the people you care about too.
I do. How could you say something like that?
See you around.
Eric, wait.
Eric hurries off. Teresa almost goes after him, but stops herself. She sits back down, pulls out her notebook, and starts writing. She's so engrossed in her writing that she doesn't notice that Debra has entered. Debra is professional and put together in her nurse's uniform and loafers. Her hair and makeup is extremely well done, with her hat securely and perfectly placed on her head. She looks a bit unsure of where she is going, but is excited to see a familiar face.
Oh my god, Teresa?
Debra,
Oh my god, I thought it was you.
what are you doing here?
I just got off work. I'm checking out the Arboretum for my garden club. What are you doing here?
I was meeting a friend, and I come here all the time.
That makes sense. You live so close.
Yep.
Did you already meet your friend?
Yeah?
Do you mind if I just sit here with you for a bit? It'll be nice to catch up.
Sure.
You know, it's so funny running into you. I was just thinking about you this morning.
You were? Why?
I was running a little late for work, and it got me thinking of our road trip.
No.
And how I had to drag you out of bed every morning, especially that one morning in Chicago.
Well, that's not fair. You kept me up all night. I still have no idea how you were able to drive to Madison.
Nothing stands between me and lunch reservations.
Believe me, I know that now. God help the person that tries to get between you and the reservation.
I'm so glad I ran into you. I was hoping we'd get more time to catch up.
Me too. So, you're in a garden club now? I don't think I knew that.
Oh yeah, I've been in it for a few months. It's one of the few things that keeps me so busy. We meet once or twice a week, and I just love it. I've been connecting more with nature and being outside. It's just wonderful.
That's great. I'm glad you were able to find that. I thought you were just in a book club.
I am, but that only meets once a month.
Well, either way, it's nice to hear you are busy.
And what about you? Knowing you, I'm sure you're busy too.
I am. I have my my job at the Phoenix and am volunteering for another small paper and doing a lot of community work. So it's a lot, but all things I love.
Are you getting any socializing in there?
Of course I am. The best part of working with my community is that I'm with all my friends.
Okay, that's good. Just remember you can sometimes get sucked into your work and what you love, which is great, but you know you have to be social and put yourself out there.
I am, don't worry about me. So, how's Paul? Has he tried cooking for you again since the other week?
No, thank God. I think it was too much for him to do, so it's a once in a while type of thing. Otherwise, he's good, loves his job, which is great, and we go out to dinner the days that I'm in the city for my job, so since it's a lot to cook after work. So it's nice to have a built-in date night twice a week.
That is nice. Keeps it alive and whatnot.
Oh, definitely, which is great because we're trying to get pregnant, and keeping the romance alive makes it feel more special.
Oh, a baby?
Yeah, I mean, we've been married for almost 3 years, and it just feels right. Plus, I'm almost 30, and I can't even believe we waited this long.
Well, good. I'm happy for you.
And it's not like we've been actively avoiding getting pregnant. We figured if it happens, it happens. But we're pretty stable now, so it feels like a good time to start really trying.
I can't wait to meet your little you.
Or Paul.
Sure, or Paul.
I do want a girl at some point, and I think it'll be sad to leave work.
Do you think you're gonna leave permanently?
Of course, I can't imagine leaving the little one. Maybe I'll go back once he or she is in college, but I doubt before that.
But you love being a nurse.
I know, but it'll be worth it. My mom didn't work, so I just always knew I didn't want to either.
As long as it's what you want. I don't want Paul or anyone else to pressure you to leave forever unless it's something you really want.
It is, I promise. But I appreciate you always looking out for me.
Of course. And you know it's okay if you change your mind, right?
Yes, I know. So what about you?
What do you mean?
Do you have any men in your life to tell me about?
What? No, of course not. No men in my life.
Oh no. I'm sorry, Teresa.
Please, no need to be sorry. I'm not looking for a guy to be in my life.
But you should be. Come on, you're almost 30. You need to get married soon and start having kids.
You know that's not the life I want.
Okay, fine. Forget the marriage and kids part. What about having someone to share your life with? Aren't you lonely?
No, not at all. I have so many wonderful people in my life. Why do I need a man to be a part of that? I spend all my time with people. I'm never lonely.
Sweetie, that doesn't mean you can't be lonely. I just get worried about you. Every time I see you, it seems like you get more run down. Romance is great for so many reasons, but a big one is to have someone to share the hard stuff with.
Please let this go. You know you're not going to change my mind.
It's just that you're such a lovely person, and I don't know if your broken engagement made you afraid of love or something, but if you put yourself out there, you might find someone incredible.
This has nothing to do with Eric or the broken engagement. That was years ago.
I don't know. I haven't heard you talk about a man since you guys broke it off, and I worry that you're using work as a surrogate for all the emotion pouring out of you.
For what?
You're so busy. I worry you're trying to replace it all with something.
It's just things I love. There's no emotion pouring out of me in regards to Eric. I promise you that. We're still friends. There's absolutely no hard feelings between us. I am just focused on my job and the things I'm passionate about. You know that. Please, just let it go.
Fine, I know. I just want you to be happy, and I think sharing life with a nice guy could help.
I am happy.
You're still friends with Eric.
Yeah. In fact, he's the friend I just met.
Okay.
What is it, Debra?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay. Couldn't sound more judgmental if
You
you tried.
told me to let it go, so I'm letting it go.
Just say what's on your mind, Debra.
Fine. I just think that you probably shouldn't spend so much time with Eric.
What? That is the most ridiculous thing I've heard you say today.
You said you wanted to hear what I had to say. Look, I know you're not actively looking for a man right now, but if something happens naturally, which is the best way for something to go, then you want to give yourself as many opportunities as possible, and staying in touch with your ex-fiance is not a way to do that.
I promise you there is nothing wrong with spending time with Eric.
What about your heart? How are you supposed to move on when you're still seeing
There's
him?
nothing to move on from. And I have moved on since then, and so has he.
Just because you think you've moved on doesn't make it true.
Debra, come on.
Plus, I don't know, there's something about him, and
What do you me too. Sorry, little scatterbrained. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, we have to get to that slumber party soon.
Totally. Get home safe. Bye.
Bye.
It's as if she's in a live studio audience. While she's nervous, she's putting on the guise of complete confidence. Teresa not only talks to the host of the show, but to her fellow audience members. She's working her hardest to get them on her side.
Come on, sweetheart, don't you think we've given the faggots their fair share of airtime?
No, I don't think that, and it isn't true. Media is that through or by which anything is accomplished, as in the broadcast media or the print media. Keeping that in mind, when was the last time you saw, read, or heard something completely uncompromisingly good about homosexuality on TV? In newspapers? On radio?
I haven't, and I don't want to.
But that's because the straight establishment media have very little to say that's good about gays and the liberation movement. To the majority of Boston media outlets, including this one, we just don't exist. And at the same time, almost every commercial glorifies the nuclear family and the ingrained heterosexual role models. Commercials sell more than products. They sell America on the straight life. Thus, TV cannot afford to show homosexuals in a positive light.
What if there's nothing positive to show?
But there is! Homosexuality is a valid lifestyle that's contrary to the economic reality of the medium. I live a wonderful, positive life. But mass media doesn't want you to know that people like me exist. And because of that, fair representation ain't about to happen. That's why we have to make it happen ourselves.
And how do you do that?
We have to do it for our own community. But we can't keep up. Gay Community News, Gay Way Radio, and Gay Media Watch can't stand to WCVB, WRKO, the Boston Globe, or any other mainstream media network. We need you to start showing fair, accurate, consistent coverage of the homosexual in all local media. You have to help us, and until you do, we won't stop coming on here demanding that you give us the representation we deserve.
Yeah, okay. Let's move on.
A bit of audience laughter as the host moves on.
It is a July morning, a split stage of Eric's apartment and Teresa's apartment, although we don't see much of Teresa's apartment yet. And her phone is off the hook. In his apartment, Eric is sitting on the couch, watching the news on TV. School's out for the summer.
Dear, you know I hate starting the day with the TV on.
It was just while you were getting ready, and besides, this is so much better than listening to the radio.
Don't you think it would be nice to just talk to each other?
Well, that would be nice, but they're about to run a story about a small town girl making her way in the big city. Whoa.
I gotta get it! Oh, I'm here. Oh, it's too early for that! Boop! Now what's on TV, huh?
I'm on TV!
Oh,
I'm the morning
surrender.
program!
Oh,
and you have to
surrender.
watch
I
me!
surrender.
Please watch me! I love you! Please.
Oh my God, I won't do it! Won't.
It wasn't you, thank God. Oh.
Teresa.
Wasn't that?
What happened? Are you all right?
There was an attack. There was an attack in the Arboretum last night. Rory didn't know much, but I had to make sure. I had to come and make sure that it wasn't you.
Hey, look, we're okay. It wasn't us.
I don't understand an attack in the Arboretum.
Rory's at the hospital. All she knew was that 2 gay men were attacked in the Arboretum last night. She's trying to find out more.
Oh my god, who was it?
Who knows about it?
Wait, are Michael and Jason still in P-Town? When are they getting back?
Hello? Marty, thank God. Have you talked to anyone? Do you know what happened? The other side? I thought the attack was in the Arboretum. How did they even get there, though? It's a 25-minute drive. You know more than us. Yeah, Christopher is here, and Teresa, too. Okay. Bye.
Wait, are Michael and Jason still in P-Town?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Do you know if Michael and Jason are still in P-Town? We can't remember.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, you too. Bye. Marty said that they were at the other side before the attack, but he still doesn't know who they are or how they got there. You know, Sam is safe. They were together all night, and he's heard from James, Rick, Gary, Joe, and Dan. Michael and Jason are still in P-Town until next week.
Hold on.
Christopher gets up and starts looking for something.
Erin, I'm so sorry.
But you don't have to.
If that was our last conversation,
Hey, it wasn't, and it won't be for a long time.
Got it!
What is that?
Eric's contact book. I knew we had it somewhere here. Okay, so we know Marty and Sam were okay. Michael and Jason are still away. And then Marty heard from James, Rick,
Gary, Joe, and Dan.
Okay, got them.
What about Bruce and Harry? Are they still together?
We should check on them.
I have Bruce.
Stay on just a little longer.
Bruce? Oh my God, where were you? Okay, good. That means he's safe too? There was an attack. Last night. In the Arboretum. We don't know. We don't know. They were the other side, but were attacked in the Arboretum. That's pretty much it. We know Marty, Sam, Michael, Jason, Rick, Gary, Joe, and Dan are all safe, but we don't know about anyone else. Lori's at the hospital, so we're hoping she'll have more information soon, but we don't know. Of course, you too. Okay, bye. Bruce was just getting back from Harry's. They were together all night, and that was the first he heard of it. I was so worried.
I know.
They're safe. That's all that matters. Hello? It's Lori. Are you still at the hospital? Yeah, Teresa is with us. Do you have any updates?
Attacks have been more frequent lately, but no one has died, at least not in Boston. He forgets that he's on the phone until he hears Rory say his name once or twice.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'll let them know. Thank you for updating us. Yeah, I'll tell her. I'll let her know. Bye. Lori's still at the hospital. One of the men has just a few injuries. But the other man has died.
She's short.
She sounds short. Does she know who he is?
Not yet. But she's gonna keep trying, and she's trying to call as many people as she can from the hospital.
She shouldn't have to do that alone. Maybe we can call some people too.
Yeah.
I can try Marty. Busy.
Did Lori say they know who did it?
She didn't mention anything about it. Who knows if the cops even know about it yet.
Or if they care.
Oh, and she said
The GCN is meeting in an hour to talk and figure out how they can help. She wanted me to let you know.
I guess I should probably go to that. I'll let you know if anything new comes up. Stay safe.
Shit, I need to get to work.
Don't go.
I have to.
Please.
I'm sorry.
I don't want you to go.
I'll be back in a few hours. You have my work number. It's fine, I'm fine.
The day passes and Eric barely moves from his couch. He doesn't do anything, but he looks run down. Maybe his hair gets messed up or he ends up lying down or on the floor. Eric is not doing well and he keeps getting worse. We see his decline as the day goes on. This can take as much or as little time as he grows into. Now it's evening, and Teresa arrives back at her apartment. She notices that her phone is off the hook, left in her rush to get to Eric and Christopher, and she puts it back on. She throws some papers on her table and sits down, spent.
Eric? Eric? Are you still home? Are you okay? Okay. I haven't left. I'm okay. I walked by the Arboretum to get here instinctually after work, and I just got so scared and worried something happened to you while I was gone. And you're the most important thing in the world, and I don't know what I would do if something happened to you.
You're the most important thing in the world to me, and I don't know what I would do if something happened to you.
This was in your mailbox. I got back. I didn't want to read it without you.
As they both look at the paper in her apartment, Teresa takes her copy of GCN from the table where she threw it.
Gay Community News, July 19th, 1973. Gay brother murdered. As of this writing, details on the recent murder and assault of two patrons of the other side are still somewhat nebulous. The story from different credible sources is as follows. The two victims met shortly before the bar closed. They were approached by the 6 assailants and invited to a party with promises of booze, some pot, and a lot of fun. The 8 men left the bar and drove around the areas of Forest Hills and Jamaica Plain.
The driver of the vehicle stopped near a rear entrance to the Arnold Arboretum at South and Boosie Streets. The 8 sat and conversed until one of the 6 yelled, "Now," and began their attack. Both victims were repeatedly beaten and struck with clubs, knives, and an assortment of other weapons. The victims were then robbed of cash, wallets, jewelry, and watches. The 6 men dragged the 2 bodies to a sewer main at the edge of the Arboretum. The 2 men were then dropped through a 27-inch opening into the deepest section of the sewer. The cover to the sewer was replaced, and the 6 fled.
The one conscious survivor waited until he was sure his attackers were gone before yelling for help. After an undetermined amount of time, an unidentified motorist passing by heard him and stopped. The survivor of this heinous crime was admitted to the hospital with multiple contusions and has been listed in fair condition. The other victim was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. The medical examiner stated that the dead man inhaled a combination of mud and water and then suffocated after being thrown unconscious into the sewer. Fuck.
Hi, guess who thought it was a good idea to cook again?
Hi, Debra. Look, I'm sorry Paul cooked for you again, but I had a really long day, so I'm not really in the hosting mood.
But for me, it's not really hosting, is it? We lived together for so long, it's not really a big deal. Besides, I came all the way in.
Fine, just give me a minute.
Gay community news. People ask me why I'm gay. I usually ask them why they're straight. It takes guts to be gay. Correction, it takes guts to admit you're gay and do something about it. I realize that homosexuality is not bad or evil, that society is afraid, scared, armored against believing that men can love love each other, or women can love each other, and what woman would pass up the chance for the ecstasy of a penis inside her? What woman would be dumb, ignorant, degenerate enough to pass that by for a company of another weak, dependent woman? What is this? Why do you have this?
Because it's mine.
But why would you subscribe to a gay newspaper?
I don't just subscribe to it, I write for it.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Loretta's my pen name.
Don't you have to be gay to write for a gay newspaper?
Yes, and I am.
No, you're not. I know you. You're not a lesbian.
You think you know me, but you don't. I'm a lesbian. It's not a bad thing. I'm gay, and there's nothing wrong with me.
We've lived together for 4 years. You were engaged to a man. Maybe you think you're gay, but you're not.
You just don't pay attention. You paint a picture of who I am, and you ignore anything that tells you otherwise. I'm gay. I've only ever been attracted to women, had sex with women, and I didn't enjoy any of the few times I was intimate with a man.
Just because you have engaged in and enjoyed a gay relationship does not mean you're gay. You are vibrant and hungry for life and love with a healthy sexual appetite. You naturally respond to tender passion, even though it is from a woman. That does not make you gay.
But it does! Did you ever consider that the times you've pushed me to find a man and I refused were because I wasn't interested in men?
You just haven't found the right man. We went to an all-women's college. I've experimented too, but that doesn't make me gay. And it doesn't make you gay, but we've been out of college for a while now. It's time to grow up, put this phase aside, and settle down with a nice, responsible
You're
man.
not listening to me. I'm not attracted to men. I love women.
Just listen to me. I've been thinking about this a lot. I think if we make some minor adjustments to your lifestyle, we can find you a guy in no time.
My life doesn't need adjusting.
No man is going to want a wife who writes for a radical paper, and you should stop whatever that side thing you do, whatever this side thing is that you do with the other paper.
Are you kidding me? I love my job.
And we definitely have to get you some new clothes. After all, you don't put Da Vinci in a dime store frame.
Maybe take a look at yourself before you start judging me. I like what I wear. It makes me feel good. That's what clothes are for.
At least try not to ruin yourself with whatever godforsaken thing you're doing with these women. When you finally grow up and meet a man, he'll want his wife to be healthy and tight like a virgin.
Well, look at me. My vagina's just hanging there, flopping around from all the dildos we lesbians use. I can jump rope with it.
Well, it's true.
No, it's not. I mean, that was the single most pompous, ridiculous, sexist, close-minded, rural piece of shit I've ever heard. And I grew up in the middle of nowhere.
I'm just trying to help.
No, you're not. You're trying to push your life on me, even though I've been here telling you that I'm a lesbian.
But you're clearly not happy with the lifestyle that you have. Every time I see you, you're worn out. Your apartment is a mess. You don't look good. Maybe you've tried this thing long enough. It's time to give something else a try.
I am very happy with my life. I'm doing something I love with people I love. I don't have to subscribe to the patriarchal bullshit that tells me any of the stuff you just told me. And maybe my apartment and I are a little bit of a mess because I've been dealing with something, which you would have known if you had just listened to me and respected what I said when you first got here.
You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't listen when I got here. But let's just put these things away and not talk about it anymore.
What?
We can just put these away for now and we won't talk about it anymore. I'll forget all about it and I won't bring up dating again.
No.
Look, I love you, but I can't support this. Maybe eventually I'll warm up to it, but we just won't talk about it and we'll go back to how it was before.
Absolutely not. I'm not going to hide myself just so you can be comfortable in our friendship. And I don't want to be friends with somebody who doesn't accept and love every part of me. Do you want to know what I was dealing with before you got here? A gay man was murdered last night. As far as we know, just for being gay.
other anymore. We've been friends for almost 10 years. That's ridiculous.
What's ridiculous is that I thought when I actually came out to you, it would be different. You would understand and it would be great. But no. You want to know why I write for this paper? I'm shouting my voice out at all the scared, hung up, paranoid homophobes because they are all you, Debra. The inference that I can't be as happy as you are unless I'm happy with a man. I won't choose to compromise who I am for your comfort. What about mine?
I accept most of you. Isn't that enough?
Not anymore. Now, will you please get the fuck out of my apartment? I don't want to be around you anymore.
I'm still here for you if you need anything.
I won't. Hi, Lori? Any news?
You were right. A union ceremony would have just been too dangerous. And we have this. We don't need anything more.
Maybe, but it's a nice dream. It would have been lovely. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day they won't win, and we can have something that's just for us.
With flowers, beautiful clothes,
Yeah, and a nice big cake.
and all the people we love.
It's a nice dream, isn't it?
It's unlocked.
Oh, hi, T.
Hey, can I come in?
Of course. How are you doing?
Okay, it's been a long day. You guys?
Yeah, same. Any more news? We saw GCN, but it didn't say who they were.
Yeah, I got a call from Rory right before I came over. The man who survived was Steven. I think he was at the last Charles Street dance. At least that's what Rory said.
Is he pretty tall, did she say?
Yeah, she said he's a tall guy who's pretty young. I think she said he was still in college.
Shit.
And the man who died, his name was Ken.
I don't think I know what you can.
Me either.
Apparently, Tara was bartending last night, and he just got to Boston last week. So I don't know if anyone knew him.
So sad.
Do you know if anyone has checked in on Steven?
Lori said that he was still at the hospital, last she heard. He's okay. I just think he's being held in the hospital for observation. She heard that the cops went to talk to him.
I hope they catch the fuckers who did this. I mean, 6 against 2, they didn't have a chance.
There was talk at the GCN meeting today about setting up some kind of defense club. Get someone in to teach us how to defend ourselves.
Would anyone do that?
Maybe. I think they're gonna try and push a meeting sometime next week.
I would go. It just feels too unsafe that I don't know how.
Maybe we can all go together.
Sounds like a plan.
It also feels like there has to be a better way to get in touch with you. Making marks in my book is fine, but what if somebody doesn't keep track of the number? Do they have a phone book?
Yeah, that's true. Lori said she had her contact book on her, but Ron said he lost his and going through the phone book was taking a really long time, so he wasn't really talking to anyone last night.
Yeah, there has to be something better than that.
You know, my parents were part of a prayer pyramid. I think it was called back home. Someone at church felt like they needed an extra prayer. They would contact the pyramid, and then it would get passed around. Maybe we can do something like that?
That is a great idea. That way, no one person is responsible for getting information to everyone.
Well, how would we get people in it, though? And just start telling our friends?
I can see if GCN can put something out in Helmet. That way it's a group of people doing it, not just us.
That would be great.
I can let you guys know when the next meeting is. You can come and pitch it, and we can figure it out.
We'll be there, definitely.
Our staff meetings are usually on Wednesdays, but we might meet a little earlier this week. I'll let you know.
Sounds good.
T, do you want to stay here tonight?
That would be really nice.
I'm glad we're together.
following, we see Teresa, Eric, and Christopher doing various tasks, maybe related to the telephone period.
Gay Community News, August 18th, 1973. At the present time, there is no way of activating the entire gay community at a very short notice in any emergency situation. Many individuals in the gay community feel that we must be realistic and be prepared for backlash as gay consciousness achieves extensive publicity. And thus, we must be prepared to mobilize at very short notice to defend ourselves politically, legally, or perhaps even physically.
A telephone pyramid is now being formed to fill this need. Once a representative group of community people decide a crisis exists which requires action, a list of people will be called who in turn will call a small number of others from a list already in their possession. This process continues until as much of the community as possible has been notified. The numbers will be kept in strict confidence, with no one other than the organizers having the entire list. Individual callers will only have a few names and numbers. Any calls will be discreet, the information only given to the named individual when the call is made.
Persons interested should write Gay Community News. If you are willing to call several others as well as be called, indicate yourself as a caller.
Teresa, Eric, and Christopher are sitting in Eric's apartment.
We've gotten a lot of interest in the pyramid, so I think people should be receiving their phone numbers in the next few weeks.
That's awesome. And I'm sure Gary's suggestion to make it clear we're projecting people's numbers helped.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe we'll be okay after all.
Do you know if anyone's been back to the Arboretum?
No one that I've talked to.
Me either. I think we're too scared.
I am. I hate that we lost it.
I don't want to let him win. Not ever and not with this. Are we never supposed to go again?
Or at least until we feel like it's safe.
I don't know if it's ever going to feel safe. At least not without going in there again.
Do you want to go back?
Yeah. Don't you?
Yeah, I do. When should we?
Well, I was thinking about that too. Christopher, you said that I was right about the evening ceremony, but I don't agree. I think we should have one in the Arboretum.
What? Aren't you worried about our safety?
Of course I am. But I'm worried about our safety every time we leave that house. I'm worried about someone at work finding out and getting fired. I'm worried that I'll just be walking in the wrong place at the wrong time, looking slightly more gay than the people walking around me, and that's it. That's the thing that gets me in trouble.
And with all that fear, you still want to get married.
If these last few weeks have taught me anything, it's that life is better when we're together. And that our time could be up at any time. So we might as well live how we want to with people.
Okay, but in the Arboretum?
I can't think of a better way to take it back than for us to celebrate our love.
Do you think they'll come?
If we give them a good enough reason to.
Are you sure?
Only if you are.
I'm sure.
Teresa, I know you don't approve of weddings.
No, I was wrong.
Teresa, you should officiate.
Yes!
I can't. I'm not ordained. What?
It's not legal.
And you don't have to be ordained. We can do whatever we want. You don't have to do anything fancy.
Yeah, I doubt any church would let you be ordained and marry two homos anyway.
Duh.
I actually believe you just said that.
I have been trying not to think about weddings, remember?
Honestly, not a good excuse.
Okay, leave me alone.
Maybe you should try getting ordained just to see what happens.
I've been stung. Just let it go.
Never. That's actually what we're here for.
Oh, okay, well, fuck you guys. Gay Community News, August 25th, 1973. On Sunday morning, August 19th, approximately 25 people, straight as well as gay, assembled in a sunny spot under the arbor in the Arnold Arboretum to witness the spiritual union between Eric DeRusso and Christopher Georgioulis. The service did not have any legal sanctioning, but was considered two people making a commitment to each other. When interviewed, Eric and Christopher stated they wanted to do something extra special to show people the depth of their love. It is encouraging that the Arboretum is still a place where love can bloom in spite of its recent sordid history. The two men were united in a short ceremony by the following quote: "I declare you are a couple, living together as one but still separate and unique, and that you shall live together as long as you both shall love.